what do you think is the importance of workout during this pandemic?
So, Tanya, working out is known to build immunity, right? So, workout is
Yeah.
definitely really, really essential during this pandemic. And I
Yeah.
think it's not uh, just workouts. It's not like, it doesn't mean that you need to kill yourself or you need to do something out of the ordinary. It's just movement that's important. It's
Yeah.
just making sure
Correct.
that you're getting that immunity boost from your exercise. So like you said, the 5 exercises that I named, if you just do those 5 for 3
Yeah.
sets and you walk in around your house for like 20-30
It's
minutes,
good enough.
it's
Yeah.
great. It's going to build your immunity. Your immunity is going to fight off diseases. And I mean, you know how passionate I am about Pilates. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Joseph Pilates was in an internment camp. He was detained in an internment camp during World War One, 1918 to 1919, which was exactly 100 years
Yeah.
back. The influenza pandemic
Yeah.
broke out then when he was detained in this World War One internment camp. He was a German. And while in camp, he used to always exercise. He was a gymnast, he was a yoga, he was a dancer, he was a boxer, he was a wrestler. So he put all
Wow.
these things together and made his own exercise routine, which he used to do. And the other detainees were like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, okay, he started making them do the exercises. There were about 10 detainees who were with him. When the influenza pandemic broke out, none of the
Yeah.
detainees that he was training got sick.
They didn't get it.
They didn't get it. They didn't get it. Okay.
Oh
And
my God.
the hospital saw this, and once they put him into a hospital ward to train to look after, as a ward boy, to look after 30 soldiers, wounded soldiers, and told him that, can you make them work out? And he said, yeah, I can try. And he started making these soldiers work out. Some didn't have 1 limb, some didn't have 2 limbs. So Joseph Pilates started making them do exercises, which are today known as Pilates exercises. Okay, this was just an option 100 years back that he started making these soldiers during the influenza pandemic do these exercises, working on them using whatever limbs they have and strengthening their core. Okay, and these soldiers started, modern medicine. I mean, there was no medicine available. Medicine was in its infancy at that time.
Okay.
And so because of his exercise routine, their immunity started going up. And they stopped getting illnesses and their core started getting stronger. So these soldiers' quality of life was better than the rest of the people. Now, after he was training 30 people, it was tiring for one man to train 30 people every day. So he started using the springs of the bed. Okay, the olden days, 100 years back, beds had springs. So he started using the springs of the bed, and that's how his first equipment got developed, called the Cadillac, which is today called the Cadillac and the Trapeze. And that's when 100 years back he developed this. Now, I've been saying the story to people every time because I always found it very fascinating, right?
No,
but
it is very
now
fascinating.
That we're living in the pandemic, now that we're living through a pandemic, suddenly the story makes me feel like, oh my God, I'm part of, and I'm part of something that was created 100 years back and has such benefits. So that is how important exercise is. And imagine if soldiers without limbs could do it. Anyone can exercise. There's no excuse.
So basically, especially you're saying that during this pandemic, it's super important for your immunity to work out, to move, and to have some discipline for your body.
Basically. And any kind of movement, it doesn't matter. It like there's no set pattern that you have to either weight train or do Pilates or do yoga.
Yeah, correct. Perfect. Thank you so much, Yasmin, for giving us all this time and all this knowledge and all these amazing stories. Because I think it's going to really influence people in the right way and motivate them to do what you've been telling us to do for years. Thank you so much for giving us your time. You're really, really amazing.
Thank you, Tanya.